I've given you in your handout packet an incredibly powerful tool. You have probably read books on empowerment. You have probably heard the word empowerment. It may be that you have heard the word empowerment, and if you hear it one more time, you're going to gag. And the truth of the matter is that nobody can empower you but you. It is an inside job. If you don't feel like a person with power, nobody can give it to you. On the other hand, if you feel like a self-empowered human being, nobody can take that away from you. And what I've given you, one of the things in your handout packet is the Self-Empowerment Pledge. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing today. I encourage you to take it home, and here's what I suggest you do with this tonight. Read those 7 simple promises that will change your life. Note very carefully what I did not say. I did not say that can, might, could, or should change your life. Those 7 promises will change your life. Read them. Read those 7 promises. Ask yourself this question. If starting today I really believe and act upon these 7 promises, would I end up in a different place 5 years from now? Personally, professionally, financially, spiritually, in my family life, in my work life? Would I be a different, better, stronger person, achieving better outcomes? If the answer is yes, and if you're being honest with yourself, the answer will be yes, here's what you do. You get up Monday morning and you go to your mirror and you look in the mirror and you recite Monday's promise as if you really mean it. I will take complete responsibility for my health and my happiness, my success in my life, and I will not blame others for my problems or predicaments. That takes 15 seconds. You do it again at noon. You do it again at the end of your workday, and one more time before you go to bed. Tuesday morning you get up and you recite the promise on accountability, about not allowing your own negativity, your low self-esteem, your self-limiting beliefs, the echo in this room, to stop you from achieving your goals and becoming the person you're meant to be. About not giving in to the dream stealers and the pickle suckers around you. Not letting them stop you. Wednesday, you promise yourself to be determined, and so forth. 1 minute a day. If you would be willing to invest 365 minutes in your future success, 1 minute a day for a year, here's what will happen. At first, not much. You're just saying the words. But then the words become painful. Why do the words become painful? Because you are lying to yourself. Every time you hear yourself whining, "Now the plane was late." Every time you hear yourself pointing a finger, "Well, I couldn't get that done because they wouldn't let me." Every time you hear yourself, see yourself failing to confront a problem, failing to make a phone call for fear of rejection, failing to confront a problem for fear of getting into an argument, you're breaking a promise that you have made to yourself. And one of 2 things absolutely must happen. Either you stop making the promises. Why? Because it's painful to be lying to yourself. It doesn't take a whole lot of time, 1 minute a day. But if you keep making those promises until they've become internalized, until they've become part of your self-image, part of what you see when you look in that metaphorical mirror, I am responsible, accountable, and determined. You must. That's why I say they will change your life. You must begin to change your attitudes and your behaviors, and if you do that, you will start changing your outcomes. I shared this one time with a large insurance agency, about 300 people. 3-4 months later, I get a call from a guy. He reminds me who he is. I had met him. He was the top producer in that agency, so I sort of remembered him. And he said, "Joe, if the world was fair, right now I'd be writing you a check for $10,000. I said, "Tell me more." Wednesday's promise. That's all he said. Determination. I will do the things I'm afraid to do, but which I know should be done. He said, for me, that's every day's promise. Every single day I start with that promise. I have it laminated on the seat of my car. It's the screensaver on my computer. I have it in my locker, on the mirror in the bathroom. It's not 4 times a day. It's 40 or 400 times a day. He said, "You know what? You were right, Joe. My attitudes and my behaviors have changed. I'm making calls I never used to make because I was afraid. Talk to people, instead of saying, 'Well, gee, it's been nice, call me if you need more information,' I'm saying, 'Sign here.' I'm having the courage to ask for the clothes when I didn't used to." And he said, "My income has skyrocketed. And if the world was fair, you'd be getting a commission check. But I believe it. I believe you pointed out the world is not fair." And you know, all I wanted to hear was thank you. I didn't need a check. Now, whatever's important to you, it may be increasing your income, but whatever's important to you, there is one of these promises that if you keep that, It will help you. Whether it's losing 40 pounds, increasing your income, maybe your family like mine at one time, we were so dysfunctional we made the Simpsons look like the Waltons. And one of these promises helped me transform where our family was. Here's the bottom line on the Self-Empowerment Pledge. You were born a powerful person. We all are. If you don't believe that, just go sit in an ice cream store and watch a 2-year-old kid try to sell mom or dad on why they get an ice cream cone. You know they're going to get one. We're born with incredible power. We lose that. And if you will internalize these 7 promises, it will help you be the person you're meant to be and help you stop pretending to be somebody else. That's why authenticity is core action value number